Brad, product specialist here at Kinze, and today I'm going to talk about a model year 25 feature that really comes from direct feedback from you guys as users in our new split screen and dual map mode, and just kind of walk through some of the features, layout capabilities, those type of things. And I've already put my display in demo mode to kind of walk through what that looks like. Of course, I have model year 25 software on the tablet. I'm going to just simply go into my plant page, just make a simple new task to get me to the actual plant screen. All right, and we come into really a similar view that you guys have been familiar with on Blue Vantage really since we developed and introduced it back in 2019. Our basic single screen mode, all right? Layout is very, very similar to what it has been even from the previous year. We, of course, still have our live bar graph. It's, of course, row by row mapping, all those type of things. We still have our ability to adjust our map layer by tapping on our upper box. And, of course, the pencil icons over here take us to that function to make changes, whether it be our population, our hybrid, downforce settings, those type of things. We also, of course, still have our active map pages over here on the right-hand side. So everything is active over here. So let's say we wanted to adjust our population or our fertilizer rate. We can go to our fertilizer tab. It'll take us, of course, to fertilizer, and we can adjust our fertilizer rate. Of course, we go to the bottom. We, of course, have bulk fill, vacuum, downforce information, and we have the ability to change what is over here by utilizing this function down here on the right. And we'll come back to that here in a second. Again, the big change going to a dual screen or dual map mode. At the very top where it says plant, you can see the two small icons up at the top. If we press plant one more time while we're planting, we now are in our dual screen or dual map mode. We, of course, have a map on each half of the planter. You'll notice that our bar graph now goes to the bottom of the display, and our widgets, as we call them on the right-hand side, have now rotated up to the very top of the screen. Each map is really considered its own map view. So, for example, my map on the left-hand side, which is currently set on fertilizer, this demo mode is equipped with fertilizer as an option. We can, again, take one finger to just move this map itself. We, of course, can pinch and zoom a different map layer or a different map to a different zoom level. Right now, we're on fertilizer. Let's say we wanted to look at our ground contact percentage for true depth hydraulic downforce. We're going to press on our box over here, which is our map selector. You notice a very similar layout to what we had on the single screen mode, where we have the ability to select the map as well as the pencil icons, which take us to the location to physically make changes on or for that function. So I want to change to ground contact percentage. I press on ground contact. This now becomes a ground contact map on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we have our actual applied population, or that's the map it's selected to right now. So I'm looking at my applied population. You, of course, see we have our legend for each map in that lower corner as well. Same function on the right-hand side. If I want to change to singulation, I can tap on my singulation box. This now becomes a singulation map. Same functionality where I can move and, of course, pinch and zoom different levels for each side. You'll notice, of course, at the bottom, as I talked about earlier, the bar graph at the bottom. You can see the tab in the center of those two maps. Right now, you can see the bar graph is highlighted on the right-hand map. That's telling you that this bar graph is representing the information on the right-hand map. So in this case, it's for singulation. If I wanted to look at the bar graph for my ground contact map on the left-hand side, if I go down to here, I tap my bar graph switcher. You now see the bar graph has moved to the left-hand side, and now this bar graph is now representing my ground contact map on the left-hand side. So a quick switcher to go between bar graphs, again, recognizing each map. If we look at the upper right-hand corner, again, we have our row detail box in the upper right-hand corner where we can hold and scan rows like we always have. We, of course, have our product information, speed, acres, bulk fill, vacuum, downforce, and, of course, we have markers. We still have the shutoffs and row cleaners tab at the top. If your planner's equipped with row cleaners, of course, you'll have both tabs. But similar functionality, we're going to tap on those to bring those down so we can access and change those features. At the very top of the screen, you'll notice right in the middle, in between our mile per hour and acres, this is where, again, our bulk fill scale information lives, previously on the left-hand side on our single screen mode. So now we can, of course, read our bulk fill scales. So weights in each tank, acres left to empty, all those type of things. If we tap the center box, we, of course, shrink it away. When we originally started on single screen mode, and you can go between map modes, either dual or single at any time, by simply pressing on that plant icon in the upper right-hand corner. The widgets at the top are customizable, all right, on the dual screen mode. So in order to change those, if we press the plant button one more time, it'll take us back to single screen mode. We'll notice in that lower right-hand corner, we of course have our arrows and the pencil icon in the lower right corner of our single map mode. If we press our two arrows out, of course, in single screen mode, it allows us to expand the box of information we want to see larger. So in this case, I changed it to, again, make our box larger. We press on another one, and now our vacuum icons are larger. Okay. In that lower right-hand corner is the pencil icon. The pencil icon, similar to previous generations or even model year 24, where we would go to and change the widgets on our list. So if we press on the pencil icon, it takes us to our widget selector. You'll notice it is now different and really added functionality to it, where you have the single screen layout and the dual screen layout at the top. You'll see again our selected widgets currently are row detail, product summary, pressures, and markers. You notice they are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, so you can move functions into a different location based on the number you have selected. For example, let's say we don't utilize markers, or we only utilize markers on the outside perimeter of our field. We want a different functionality there, such as our preset population, so we can easily change populations manually on the go. So I'm going to tap on markers to deselect it. You'll notice where my selection is going to be because it says choose option on the screen. We're then going to select preset populations. You'll notice it gives you a preview up here in the upper left-hand corner, which would be dual screen mode. And then it'll put it down in the bottom part in our single screen mode. If we press on our checkbox to select it, we now come back and see now we have preset populations in the lower part of our single screen. We go to our dual screen mode, and now you can see it up in the left-hand corner. So it gives you the flexibility not only to see two maps at the same time, different zoom levels on each map, as well as change those widgets on single screen and dual screen mode. As soon as you update to model year 25 software, you will have the dual screen mode feature. A lot of flexibility with the dual screen mode, again, directly built on feedback from you guys as the customer.